Hey everyone, it's Myra. Thanks for joining me. So I was deciding what to make tonight, and I figured I'd make some chicken cutlets because I haven't had those in a while. You can get the tenderloin, or also I like getting the bigger pieces, but they're really thin. And it depends on your preference, but I remember as a kid, my mother or grandmother would pick up those big Italian round loaves, and we cut it up in 2 thick pieces of bread and just put the chicken in, and I didn't have to put anything in it. Didn't have to do mayo or tomatoes or salad or lettuce, whatever, anything like that in it. I don't have that bread today, but I am going to make it, but I cannot make it in the GoWISE Air Fryer because that would only be big enough to cook one of those pieces. So I'm going to cook it in the Breville today, and we're going to see how it turns out, so stick around. Okay, so I got my BJ's, of course, Purdue thin sliced chicken, and I'm hoping 1 egg will be enough for this. A little salt. And I'm gonna rinse off and pat dry this chicken anyway. After looking at that chicken, I am gonna use a 2nd egg because I'm pretty sure one's not gonna be enough. Okay, let's get ready here. Using 4 seasons still because BJ's is stopped carrying my Presto. I don't think my Gotham tray is going to be bigger enough to fit all the chicken, so I am going to use this today. And to keep from making a mess while I'm prepping it, I am going to put this pan underneath. Now normally I wouldn't stick this in the fridge when I'm cooking in the oven, but the Breville does have that fan. It's going to blow the breadcrumbs around, so I'm going to stick this in the fridge for a little bit and then we'll be back. Alright, I'm going to get this preheated on the air fry setting, and in the oven I usually do this 400, 425, so I'm going to do this around 400. They are thinner pieces, so they should cook pretty quickly, and we'll wait for this to preheat. So I know I mentioned earlier that I didn't have any of that good old big round Italian bread, which is unfortunate, but I am going to pull out a roll from where else? BJ's, of course. So I think what I'm going to do is after the chicken is done, I'm going to toast this up a little bit, and I have some meat sauce I made a couple of days ago. Unfortunately I don't have any mozzarella, but I'll figure out something. And get myself a bowl here, pull out the meat sauce, give that a little bit of a stir. Sauce thickens quite a bit in the fridge and overall, so while this looks like it's just mush, it's not, I promise. I'm not sure how much I'll need, but that looks good. Just gonna pop this in the microwave and get it ready. And since it is sauce, it is gonna make a mess when it starts to heat up. So I'll just cover that up, and I'll heat that up as the roll's getting cooked. Okay, that beeps. Let's get to the chicken. Now normally when I cook this in the oven, I just drizzle on some extra virgin olive oil on this, but it is going into air fryer mode. So I am going to use the Evo spray. A little bit can't hurt. And let's get this in there. Alright, put this in position 3. Now, with this tray, they tell you don't use it with any foods that drip. I would expect the chicken to drip much at all, if any at all. So we'll be there. We're going to check this in about 7 to 10 minutes, see where it sits, and then we'll flip it and respray it with Evo if need be. Okay, that's 12 minutes. Let's give it a check. Give this a little spray. Again, we're doing it out here because we don't want to spray this in the air fryer to the exposed elements. Flip it over. This basket's doing a pretty good job of not having anything stick to it, so I'm pleased about that. A little more on this side. Okay, let's get this back in there. I'm going to leave that in there till the breadcrumbs get toasted up a little bit more, and we'll be ready to go. Also, I'm actually thinking going to turn this up to 425 for the rest of the time cooking, because I want this to crisp the top up nicely. Okay, let's give it a look. And I think we're good. I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to start to toast the roll. As I mentioned, I do not have any mozzarella cheese, which is a shame. So I am gonna butter the inside of this roll a little bit because you know, bread in the chicken, you know, there's a lot of breading, so it's going to be dry. So okay, let's open this up. Actually got to move this shelf up for toasting. Put this in there, and we'll change the setting to toast. Don't want it to go too dark, so we'll check that out in a few minutes. And since this is really heated up well, I expect this to cook fast. You remember our meat sauce, so we're going to start that. Cook level 4 for 2 minutes, let's say, and we'll have our meat sauce ready to go. Okay, that's out. Broccoli in. 3 minutes and then another 3 minutes after I stir it. And our bread is done. Nice and toasted up. What I'm thinking here is I'm gonna pick the piece that looks best to me, and I'm gonna pick this one right here and cut that up. Not a big mayonnaise fan, but I'm gonna put a little bit on there. Just a little bit. I'm gonna try this for myself. And why not a little lettuce? I already washed and cleaned this up. So. Oh. You know what? Let's try this piece of chicken. I love chicken cutlets. Again, once I got the air fryer, my whole routine kind of changed with kind of foods I cooked. I roasted a lot. You started using less breadcrumbs and stuff. But that's good. Alright, let's finish up my sandwich. Alright, so I'm gonna put, hi, I'm making a video. Get some of this on there. Fold this up a little bit. I normally would never mix my sauce with lettuce, but I'm making an exception in this case. Oh, broccoli. Stir that up. 3 more minutes. Alright, see how I'm going to eat this thing. Now I'm starting to get some of the meat sauce and the flavor in that bite. That's actually pretty good. Really good. Could only have been better if I had mozzarella. Unfortunately, I didn't. That was one of the things that went bad in the freezer. I only lost power. Anyway, family's home, so gonna cook up some other veggies and get ready to eat. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Hit the bell so you know when I put up a new video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.